Hello and welcome to another episode of Boldly Going. I'm Joe, sometimes known as Merlin. We're here to talk about all things Star Trek. I got the film fanatics here with me, Dan over here,
Hey.
and Justin over here.
Eddie.
Today we're going to go back to Star Trek Voyager, my favorite.
Yay.
We're going to talk about Cathexis, and I've decided that Dan's going to do the synopsis and his initial thoughts. So tell me about this wonderfully written episode, Dan.
Okay. So basically what happens is Chakotay and Tuvok...
Oh, no. Before you do that, talk about the first couple minutes.
Oh, I have it in here.
Okay,
don't you worry.
Okay, no, pace yourself.
No, don't you worry.
Okay,
it's part of it.
Okay.
I'm just laying down the basic plot
the
points.
actual plot of the episode.
Yes.
Thank you.
So Chakotay and Tuvok are exploring a nearby nebula, get seriously injured. Chakotay technically is brain dead for a while. So Janeway orders Voyager to go back to the nebula, find out who the attackers are. Turns out, they're on the ship possessing people. Lieutenant Paris steers the ship away from the nebula. He's possessed. They discover, that a bunch of people are possessed and changing things. And
Tuvok.
we don't know who's immune except for the doctor because he's
Hologram.
not real. So makes sense. All right, so that's basically the episode.
Yeah.
And Chakotay comes back to life, obviously.
What? Chakotay lives?
From this bizarro, wheel. I don't really even understand how
that
he
Native
came back to
American
life.
stone thing.
Didn't get it at all.
Because his heritage must become a plot point. But
But all right, since Joe brought it up, we'll talk about the intro now, I guess. So this episode starts with yet another holodeck novel, which
Austin-y.
Which we literally, it was the last Voyager episode we did. Now, sometimes we have, because we do a different series every week for the month, sometimes we will have a parallel, like, episode 6 of, TOS had this in common with episode 6 of DS9. But literally the last Voyager episode we did was the holodeck novel.
Dan.
And this is, what do they call it? I just wrote a holodeck novel,
Yeah,
but I know
she's going through an interactive program.
Interactive program.
Guess
but
what?
What?
You'll see more of it.
Well, I'm sure if they're doing it in 2 episodes in a row. For the first, 3 minutes, she's in this, Jane Austen-y kind of thing, and I'm just thinking, oh my god. This can't be the episode. Am I a crazy person? What? What? They couldn't have figured out another way to open this? Have those 2 people share the soup again or whatever. Or was that in Deep Space Nine?
I think that
might have been DS9. Well, whatever. The point is,
I know what you mean. There are better
many
ways.
different things. Have Neelix do something, whatever.
Another generic holodeck story.
But so that was annoying. First of all, there's a Doc Brown reference in this episode.
Back to the Future,
which really pissed me off. They're trying to be comedians here.
Hey, we're Sci-fi.
Doc Brown.
Your favorite paradox.
Yeah, the writing in this episode's terrible. I still don't understand how Chakotay comes back to life.
Because technobabble.
Yes.
They were,
I don't get it.
I think they...
Spiritual technobabble, sir.
Well, it was a combination of steering them away from the nebula, and I think that with him getting displaced is the reason they were able to possess people, and also the weird spiritual...
Nope, didn't make any sense.
It's not good. I'm just saying
it's not good.
I don't know.
On a very basic level, the story's fine.
Yeah.
Typical Trek. Janeway did a basically good job trying to figure out what was going on, trying to think, if anybody could be possessed, I could be possessed, and let's divvy the codes up, and I don't know, it wasn't a boring episode.
No.
But it was just monumentally stupid.
Oh, without question.
So, so this one gets, I don't know, D+ from me.
All right. Sounds reasonable to me. Justin, what do you think of this one?
Well, I figured after the weird and arguably wildly out of place holodeck intro...
Doesn't it come... Yeah.
I almost... when the first 3 minutes went, I was like, I'm going to fail this if that's what this is again. I just couldn't believe it.
We get it. You're stuck in space. You need some form of entertainment, but we can't keep thinking, okay, writers just stick them in the holodeck and watch the magic happen. That's just not good. That's just really, really not good. But I agree, on a very, very simplistic level, it kind of works. And it's certainly entertaining. The whole let's kind of go the thing in space is really, really dumb. And the way it's executed is arguably even worse. But I mean, and there's also a mild camp factor to it.
All right.
I do like the fact that Janeway is starting to grow into the captain role, which up to this point we're still only really getting in spurts, but I like the hints that we're getting. Like, she can be ruthless, but she can also be incredibly caring, and I appreciate that. And when it works, it's sort of a nice amalgam of all the captains up to this point. But it seems often few and far between. I think that's not so much Mulger's fault, but the writing and the writers as a whole who weren't quite sure.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with Mulgrew. She's fine.
Yeah, but first of all, outside of that, though, they give Paris way too much to do. But that may or may not speak to.
Weren't you a fan of Paris?
I really don't like Paris.
He hates him.
He's annoying.
He's probably bottom 5.
Hey, Kim wasn't, I think, even in this one.
No.
Did he
pop up?
He blocked Mulger's relationship in the holodeck.
Yep.
Oh wow! I was fuming at that scene, so I guess I blocked it out.
So now Harry Kim, yeah.
Like up to that point, I'm like, wow, you just totally trolled Janeway.
Well, that's everyone was Harry Kim this episode.
True, actually,
they were.
But actually, come to think of it, Harry Kim did not go Harry Kim.
No, ironically,
which was even weirder. But I digress. This was just a very odd and incredibly dumb episode. I'm actually with Dan on this. It's a D+.
Well, I can totally understand that because you guys are right. The basic plot could potentially be interesting. I mean, I like the idea of the host swapping around.
Yeah.
And I can tell you that, we'll see that again in Trek in the series again to some extent. I do like those type of stories.
I'm sure it's not the only Trek series to play with it either.
No, not at all. But trust me, not at all. But no, I mean, you're right. There is some campy entertainment, but it doesn't stop the fact that you've got that opening, which is out of place and doesn't make any sense. It doesn't fit with the rest of the episode at all. And then you've got like the fact that the main plot itself is, kind of dumb in a lot of points, really, just in terms of general execution. And Chakotay's whole subplot with saving his life and the Native American board spiritual guidance thing, it just seems so wildly out of place in this technologically advanced Federation.
The thing that really bothers me about it is just, can we do something with Chakotay that does not constantly allude to his Native American heritage? It's like,
he is Native American guy. He's here to stay.
Yes, we get it. Trek is diverse, but
the thing
what
is,
did I say though? The
though.
pilot episode of this, it's
the thing is though,
they're really shoving it in our face.
They don't stick with what particular tribe he is. I actually found this out, but the board thing originates from a tribe on the other side of the continent, the side he's from.
Oh.
So yeah, he is all Native Americans are the same, which I'm sure they would.
That solves the diversity problem.
But anyway, yeah, he is Native American guy, so that's the way that is. Just like wow,
Wow.
Yeah. So yeah, this episode is really, really dumb. I mean, mostly because the characters just kind of all become stupid for the sake of it. But I mean, in terms of the acting, it's fine. Some of the action's okay, but it barely holds together. I'm with you guys on this one with the D+.
Ooh,
it's pretty bad.
All the way around. Okay.
It's very bad.
It's pretty bad.
One of the worst.
But not the worst by Voyager standards, if memory serves.
That's right. I think there was a D in there.
I think so.
Which one did I fail? I think I failed in Next Gen.
Yeah, you did.
The Ferengi one.
Yes, the one with the Ferengi. When they first meet him. The whips.
Yeah, it was stupid.
It's pretty bad.
Yeah.
As well.
I forget what we did for Next Gen this month.
Was evil Data Lore.
Data Lore.
All right, well, my favorite is TOS, the Menagerie.
Pike.
Which I know Justin hated. He won't agree with. I'm interested to see what Justin's going to say. Because this month, if you don't like the Menagerie, this month is not great, I feel like. I thought that was cool how they, reinvigorated the pilot into a different episode.
It's true. Personally, I like Data Lore. I like the Evil Data.
Okay.
I know you weren't a huge fan.
Not really, no.
Data Lore is a close second, but I like the fact that DS9 was finally starting to dive into the central conflict that I assume is going to get more intense as we get further.
Oh yeah, Bajor and Cardassian stuff is the height for a while.
Truly.
It seems fairly classic DS9 thus far.
I mean, that's literally the crux of their show. Cardassian's bad, Bajoran's good. Maybe not, depending on what's going on.
Yeah,
and then you move on a couple seasons later, and a whole new set of problems.
Plot thickens.
Yeah,
it really does. and then you could argue it becomes an entirely different show. But
as most people would agree. But
yeah, guys, that's the wrap up for this month for the Star Trek shows. Let us know what you thought in the comments below. Episodes you're excited about in the future if you're following along. And that's going to be it for this week.
And go see Beyond if you haven't yet.
Yeah, if you haven't yet,
Definitely.
is it still in theaters now?
It is, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so
A
if
couple more weeks, probably.
I mean, I'm sure most of you probably have, but see it again if you liked
Excellent
it.
movie.
Very good.
Yeah.
Very good Trek film. Thankfully, hope to see more like that. And hey, Discovery is on the horizon, so
Yeah, true.
maybe we could even take a gander at those episodes when they come out.
Yeah.
correct me if I'm wrong, though, but isn't it just going to be streaming?
If we have that stupid CBS subscription.
Yeah, which, by the way, if you've
Yeah,
got
I
to
don't
promote the
like
Trek, limiting them to just the one streaming service is something some stations are doing now, which I don't think is a good idea.
Well, CBS's app is like failing because everybody already pays for Hulu and Netflix, and so they don't.
Yeah.
Their solution is to just make another...
They know that there's enough of a fan base for Trek
They'll pay for it.
that they will actually pay for it.
Only if it's... Well...
We'll see, I guess, if it's right.
I was going to say only if it's good, but that's not true.
No, I mean, listen.
People still paid to watch Star Trek 5, Joe, so...
They did. It actually did pretty well. All things considered. But yeah, guys, that's it. And I'm going to say farewell, and you guys say goodbye too.
Yep, see ya.
Take us out.